Imagine you are at your workplace and you are doing your normal work behind your laptop. Then there is a pop-up message from your supervisor asking you to check the recent updates about the report that you are working. So everything seems normal, right? Except there is a twist. That supervisor is actually not a human being. That is an artificially intelligent algorithm. So this is my research topic, algorithmic leadership. My name is Reza. I am a PhD candidate in Rotterdam School of Management, Erasmus University. And I am trying, more specifically, I try to discover how people perceive the phenomenon of algorithms leading human beings. This is already happening in many industries already. For example, in transportation and logistics with, for example, Uber or Amazon. There are many algorithms and robots supervising and managing human beings. So, and the reason behind this is that in this way we can save time, energy, and money. So why this is happening? The reason is that humans have limited cognitive abilities, and that today's world is already getting more complicated, and there are so many data, so many information, and that people have to consider them when they want to make a decision. And people, as in terms of humans, we are not good at it. However, algorithms are really good at it. And so this makes it inevitable that in the future we may see the case that we have to deal with and interact with an algorithm supervising our work, directing our work, and giving us direction on what to do and giving us comments or feedback on how to do things. And that is why it is essential to see how we perceive such a thing. And because our perception of how algorithms leading human beings is very important in designing those algorithms. So the question that I am really trying to answer can be summarized into a statement. While it is one thing for algorithms to be able to lead humans, it is totally a different thing for humans to see algorithms as leaders. So companies can try and will try to develop and design the best algorithms to mimic the leadership that we know. However, if people do not accept such a thing, because they don't like to interact with an agent, with an algorithmic agent in a higher position, that would be a big problem for companies, because interacting with a leader or a supervisor have direct impact on how we perform, and this has a direct impact on the company's profitability. So far, I found in my research that under simple circumstances, when a task is well-defined, well-structured and clear, and that both parties, the leader and the employee, only care about how to perform a job properly, then there is a slight preference for algorithmic leadership, actually. On the other hand, when there is a need to have an emotional, high-quality relationship for both parties, then people prefer human leadership, which is normal. This gives an indication that people may perceive the role of algorithmic leadership different than what it is known for human leadership. This has a huge impact on the conditions we are going to use algorithmic leadership and to what extent. The possible takeaway from this whole research would be that people may use different criteria to view and judge algorithmic leadership compared to human leadership, and that the content of leadership by itself may be different when played by robots. And this means that the definition of leadership should be different under algorithmic leadership than what we already know. And this is very important for companies to consider and to manage their expectation when they want to use algorithms to supervise human beings.